Good morning, TGO traders and investors. Matt Buckley, call sign Wiz, the primary and weekly options model portfolio manager here at TGO. And today is a very big day. Today is our full throttle wrap up / debrief this afternoon at 1 p.m. So make sure you attend that. As of recording this video, we still have I think a handful or a couple of slots for our full throttle program. If they're scooped up before our webinar this afternoon, I'll still do the webinar. I want to give you my long-term outlook, 6 months, a year out, where I think the market's heading and the star we're navigating to, and how turbulent the sea is going to be as we get there. So I'll still do the webinar even if we fill up, because I think we're almost got our full throttle class completely filled up and ready to go for the combat of trading. As far as the market, very interesting that a single tweet yesterday can more or less implode the market. Yesterday afternoon, Carl Icahn, sitting out there at a techie conference, more or less fired a shot across Apple's bow late yesterday afternoon, and it was incredible because the tech stocks were rocking yesterday. I mean, Google, let's take a look at Goog. Goog had a massive day yesterday. I had a weekly options trade on that I put on, about 9:45 in the morning. That was bearish, and I was like, wow, well, this isn't going to be a good week. And then Carl Icahn helped me out, like you read about in Out of the Blue magazine. So very interesting that a guy, he's Carl Icahn, but at the end of the day, folks, that should tell you that this market really is walking around on eggshells. If a guy's tweet can implode the market in the span of, an hour, we're in for some serious hurt here. That any big event, let alone a tweet, could send this market tumbling to the downside. Now, the futures are flat right now. I think we're going to wallow around this week, and we really have been wallowing around for the past couple weeks. Some early movers. Home Depot actually did pretty well with earnings. Best Buy also did pretty well with earnings, but I got to tell you, folks, the sleeper story really is this absolute train wreck known as Obamacare. The guy did a conference call yesterday, and, if it was George Bush, this would be breaking news. But on this guy's conference call last night to his supporters, his Obamacare Action Committee or whatever, I mean, the folks that are really out there on the fringe, he said that more than 100 million Americans have enrolled. There are 314 million Americans, Mr. President. You said last night that over 100 million of them have enrolled. Didn't even skip a beat, didn't correct himself. Nobody's corrected that number. That's just typical of this administration. But, you got President Bush who says, misunderestimated or something like that, and it's fodder, for the next 4 years. 100 million Americans. Nice. It's good article in the Wall Street Journal the other day, headlined, "Retailers Worry of Health Law. Walmart and True Value fear effective insurance costs on consumer spending." So this White House to this day is still saying that businesses haven't been impacted at all by Obamacare. They're not reducing employees' work hours. They're not getting below 50 employees, and it really isn't affecting the economy. I guess if you repeat a lie long enough, you start believing it yourself. So, folks, this really is the sleeper story in our markets. If we did not have the Fed propping this market up, I tell you, we'd be looking at Dow 8,000 and S&P 750. But in this Fed-induced market, we just continue to melt up here. We got Treasury Secretary Lou speaking today, a slew of Fed folks speaking throughout the week. We're going to get some Fed minutes on Wednesday, which should be pretty interesting. Existing home sales, retail sales on Wednesday as well, to see if that government shutdown, really impacted any spending. And more importantly, we're also going to get a look at maybe we might or might not have a Merry Christmas. You guys know that Morgan Stanley last week said it's going to be the worst Christmas in 5 years. But we also see retailers like Macy's saying we're going to have a blowout Christmas. So again, very, very interesting environment that we're trading in, but we're having an absolute blast here at Top Gun Options. Our model portfolios are crushing it year to date. Weekly options, we're having an absolute blast in. And as I said, we have a handful of slots left for full throttle. If you grab one, congratulations. If not, we might see in 2014. We haven't sat down to map out our 2014 flow yet, but And it's probably not going to be the same price, obviously, in 2014. Like the Affordable Care Act, prices go up. So make sure you get on board now. If there's any doubt, there's no doubt. You want to be on board Top Gun Options as we head into 2014 and make a commitment to make that your potentially most profitable year to date. Okay, got to run. Happy hunting. Make sure you hedge. I got my primary live trade brief this morning at 0900, and I'll see many of you this afternoon for our full throttle debrief. We'll see you.